Welcome back to the channel. So today we're taking a look at the game Terminator 2D No Fate for the Nintendo Switch, but I played it on the Switch too and it ran just fine, just to let you know. Also released on the PlayStation and Xbox. But if you're a fan of the classic Terminator 2 Judgment Day movie, this retro style game might be just up your alley and something that might tickle it for you. So it's a 2D pixel art action game that retells the iconic story with some fresh twists. So stick around for my review, and I'll tell you if it's worth your time, so let's jump in. So Terminator 2D No Fate, it sticks close to the bones of James Cameron's masterpiece. I love that movie. You get to play as John Connor, Sarah Connor, and of course, the T-800. Now the game faithfully recreates key moments from the movie, like the mall chase, on the motorcycle and whatnot, the steel mill showdown, and all the intense cat and mouse with the liquid metal T-1000. But here's where it gets kind of cool. It expands on all that by filling in stories that we didn't see in the movie. You visit events from the past, present, and even future that are actually kind of crucial to the movie's plot. It's like getting a director's cut, but playable. I thought that was neat. The narrative flows naturally and it feels like a love letter to Terminator fans without spoiling the movie for newcomers. It's like watching a movie and getting some new stuff as well. So, hey, if you never watched Terminator 2, go watch that first, but it's still a cool game if you didn't. Now, graphics is something I want to talk about here. It's retro gold. I love retro style games. The 2D pixel art, it screams 90s arcade or Super Nintendo graphics. You got them crisp sprites, vibrant colors, detailed backgrounds that, captures that gritty industrial vibe of the Terminator world. On the Switch 2, it looks sharp. No, slowdown or issues like I said earlier. And the music, I think that's one of the biggest highlights here. It's outstanding. It nails the tension of the movie. The whole soundtrack is great in the game. There's even some things that I just can't play because I'm sure I'll get copyright claimed. Every boss fight or chase, it just kind of pumps you up. It really feels like the movie. The sound effects were spot on too, the shotgun blasts and whatnot, hitting the T-1000. It just never got old. I really liked it. Now, one nitpick though with graphics, it's something that it did kind of rub me a little bit as I was playing this game, rubbed me the wrong way. It didn't tickle it for me, it rubbed me the wrong way. The cutscenes, oh my god, man. Some of these, when I was seeing them, I was amazed, but it's a little bit of a mixed bag. Sometimes the faces, they look eerily like the characters, the actors, Linda Hamilton, Eddie Furlong, spot on. Like, the pixels, it looks like them. But then other times it just kind of was off. Seemed like body doubles, like different actors or something. It was just kind of inconsistent. It didn't ruin the flow of the game, it just kind of looked weird sometimes. I don't know. It was just, sometimes it really looked like the character and then sometimes it didn't. I'm not talking about the in-game character graphics that you play as, I'm talking about the cutscenes. So it didn't really ruin it, but it was just kind of weird sometimes. Now, gameplay, the meat of the game. It's not a slow burn game, obviously. It's fast-paced, arcade-style game. You got responsive action, keeps you moving. The levels mix it up beautifully. You got classic run-and-gun shooting action, going through them corridors and whatnot. Got a couple little high-speed vehicle chases, dodging traffic and whatnot. Beat 'em up area with the T-800, which is kind of fun. And then multi-floor stages, going up elevators, ladders, and whatnot. A little bit of exploration, but not too much. Not too much. Just kind of going around the level. It's pretty straightforward, though. Not really too much in the way of exploration. Now, each character does feel distinct with all their actions, the way they play, just the things that they can do, but still very similar. Like, you're not going to play a level and use a different character and it's going to feel completely different. It's just they all kind of play a little different with the moves that they have. But the controls are tight. No, clunky inputs or unfair hits. I played on the normal difficulty, mind you, which was kind of challenging, but it was fair. Bosses, you're gonna have patterns that you can learn. The enemies, they're not gonna be the craziest with the attacking you fast. I know the harder difficulties you go on, the enemies like react faster and get kind of crazier. But on normal, it's kind of that default setting where it's a challenge, but it's not too easy and it's not too crazy. But there's a few little areas where it is a little challenging at times, but fair, I would say. There is a harder mode that you can unlock. There's only like 3 difficulty modes at first, but then there's like a crazy difficulty mode that you have to unlock. Then there's also multiple endings in the game, so replayability is nice. So yeah, the game encourages multiple replays because after your first run, it does unlock a few things. Earlier levels that, you know, only had like a simple one option that had the other option locked, you now have new decisions. So let you tweak the story, change things that didn't actually happen before. So I thought that was kind of neat. Now, replayability and the content, like I said, there's a lot of replayability here, but the length of the game, my first playthrough, it was under an hour. The game is short and sweet, arcade style, but you know, it's kind of what you expect with this style of game. I wouldn't say let that scare you off. Like I said, the game does have multiple endings. There's different paths, unlockable modes, different challenges and whatnot. I mean, you can go for S rank on every stage. There's a lot of stuff that you can do to get a lot of playtime out of the game. It's just a pick up and play style game. So to kind of wrap it up, pros and cons. Pros, I would say the game is faithful to the Terminator lore, smooth controls, great music. The variety in levels and characters is pretty good. Has solid replay value. I would give it a little above average on that. The cons, it is pretty short on the first, playthrough. And then those minor art inconsistencies in the cutscenes, it was noticeable to me. And it's just something that I am nitpicking about, but not the biggest deal. Now, overall, if you're a Terminator fan, I do think the game does the property justice. It's not a massive AAA epic game with 100 hours of gameplay. It's just a quick, polished retro throwback that captures the movie spirit, in my opinion. So I would give, Terminator 2D No Fate, a thumbs up. I would definitely recommend it if you love the Terminator franchise and retro games. It's a good one. It's a good one. Check it out. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Bye.